taking a nail and body bow right to make it sound like generic pop song. Taking pound right and falling full right. Taking down cause it's a generic pop song. And it's like a guitar solo where it's like I don't know. It's gotta be like a smooth guitar solo. It's gonna be like and then it's gotta make that like weird sounds like and then it like and the guy like, you know, wails a bit and he goes like, take me back to take me back to Crispy Town. Take me back to home sweet town. And I'll be like, take me back to Crispy Town. And they'll be like, town of crispy deliciousness. It's Crispy Town. Crispy Town. Crispy Town. Crispy Town. All right. Hi, Dragator. Hi, Maple Shade. Sorry if you came in the middle of that. I was humming like a song, but it sounded like a dubstep. Like I was trying to make it into like an EDM or dubstep thing. But it sounds more like it would work with like country. But like not like early country, like not like previous country, but like more like rock country, right? Like pop country. I don't know. I don't know why the hell I'm like talking about a song that I clearly am never going to like, you know. I don't know why the hell I'm talking about a song that I'm clearly never gonna you know, ever gonna make, but I think that's just funny just thinking about the thing about like a song that's like named Crispy Town, but like I was trying to make it like trying to think of like the beat that makes it sound correct. Hi, how you doing, Jade? How have you been? It's been a while. How was work? It didn't work today. How was your day in general? I guess you don't work. How was school? If you didn't go to school today, or well, so actually he probably did. So how was that, I guess? So my online stranger friend. Yes. It's always good to do that. Anybody in Twitch, or is it just YouTube people today? We'll find out, I guess. Let's do this one. Color of the text speech. I'm going. Christ, chill.
I am not yet dead from lack of sleep.
Patience. Not dead yet from lack of sleep? That sounds not good. Why have you not been sleeping well? Why do y'all not sleep sometimes? It's just freaking crazy. It sounds insane. I need to really fix your sleep schedules. Says the guy that has to also fix a sleep schedule. I don't know. Take it down to Crispy Town.
I always wake up in a cold sweat.
Oof. That sounds not fun. Okay.
I stayed up too late last night, lol. I fell asleep in 4 of my classes.
Yikes. I didn't even stream yesterday, so
Then please go to sleep. I don't need another person dying. That would be my 4th loss.
Yeah, I'm not, what do you call it? I'm not, you know, that time, I wasn't even streaming last night, so that's not
Boring, but
me.
I drew all over my hand SNDR. Also, I made a Demon Slayer edit, but I don't know how to get rid of the CapCut logo, so I covered it. Also, sorry I haven't been here. My meds hit fast.
Boring, but I drew all over my hand and arm. Also, I made a Demon Slayer edit. Nice. Nice. I've kind of, I don't know. I haven't lost interest in Demon Slayer, but good lord, did they take a while. It's like every time they make something, it's like a long version thing, and then they make like season 1, then takes
Replying
a while,
to
and then make season 2.
M0SSYW0RM. I stayed up too
and
late last
then-
night, lol.
then
I
they
fell asleep in
made
4 of my classes. Joke's on you. I haven't slept in 5 days and 47 minutes.
then they like make like the movie things,
It's
and
ALRJ.
then there's like a million parts like to the one thing that they're trying to get rid of. I don't know. It's like Demon Slayer's fucking bizarre. It is a weird fucking. It is just such a bizarre thing. Like, I don't know. Why is anime so complicated when they make it? Like, there's so many things where they make like.
You should watch it real fast. It's like 5 seconds, maybe a little more.
Watch what? What should I watch? Yeah, yeah, Demon Slayer is such an insane thing. Like I've seen all of like the move, like I think a couple of the movies, like, or the specials or whatever.
Replying
the
to Zen the Vigilante. Joke's on you. I haven't slept in 5 days and 47 minutes. Then you should probably sleep. I don't know you do you I guess, but that's not fun.
Yeah, it doesn't sound fun.
Are you-
Okay. I'm gonna move it to every third message. Hold on. Just because there's a lot of people talking, so I'm gonna make it like that. There we go. Okay. Now every third message is being read out instead. Sorry to everybody else, but I just had to. Alright, now every third message will be read out. Now, you know, therefore at the very least I can focus on one comment for a while. Oh shit, I forgot to finish this video. Oops. Forgot to finish watching this thing. I just kind of got a little distracted. This guy is like... Yeah, there's some interesting news happening with AI, but like, y'all are... I don't know. Yeah, like,
I was looking through your clips today and they're so funny.
My clips? What clips? Who's... Oh, sorry, you weren't talking to me. Okay. It's like, whose clips? Alright.
I was.
Got it. Let's see. What the fuck? What the hell is this comment? Freedom doesn't come from doing whatever you want. Is society suddenly more free if all smoking restrictions were gone? Yes. What? What kind of fucking... Yeah, what kind of fucking question is that? Yes. That's such a weird fucking comment. Like, what? Who the fuck? Like, clearly I was in a conversation with a bunch of people that were talking about something crazy, but I think it's kind of crazy that, like, that's such a wild comment. I don't know what the hell he was responding to, but just the comment itself. Like, he's like, freedom... I don't know where the fuck, like, what the fuck it, like, I was responding. Oh, sweet, Cloud Empire taxes. The council will love this one. Yeah, freedom doesn't come from doing whatever you want. Is society suddenly more free if all smoking restrictions were gone? Yes. Like, I mean, logically, yes. Like, that is... Like,
Maple is watching the Demon Slayer edit RN, but it's the Demon Slayer one I was talking about. BTW color.
do people want to make that a thing? No, but that's such a weird fucking comment. I also don't know where the fuck I set down my water bottle. I was drinking water earlier. Okay, sorry. What was I looking at? Sorry. Or what weird? What do you mean, council? Yeah, you know, the Cloud Empire Council. You know, they get your taxes, and you know, preach to you about the clout chasing king, which is totally definitely like the clout chasing god, which is definitely totally
The taxes
not
are put of
me.
stock.
You know, the guy that started the whole clout chasing movement thing as a joke and kind of let it spiral out of control. So, yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah. I may have had too much influence on that. I don't know. At the time when people would call people clout chasers, it was like kind of
Gee,
stupid.
that edit was.
People, you know, there was no reason for people to call people clout chasers, but then like later on, like, I don't know, I I ended up like making a
Sorry guys, this is all my doing. Fuck, oh yes, daddy, come yeah, semen all over my body.
horny daddy, yeah, horny daddy, no. Anyway,
YW Jade.
I was going to say, forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, I don't know, I started the whole fucking clout chasing queen trend, like, on TikTok when that was a thing, and people took that a little too, took the satire of it too far, and man, ugh, leave it up to TikTok to ruin shit. I don't know, man. I was like, when I originally created it, I didn't intend for like the biggest jackassery to like, you know, to enter social media and then like ruin social media forever, right? It was mainly used as a joke because people are always just way too harsh on people all the time. But now people aren't harsh enough on content creators. I don't know. Call me crazy, but people are not mean enough to content creators anymore. They used to be, and now all of a sudden, if somebody is like has some numbers,
I have a world studies vocab test today, so I'm gonna be tired for it.
then you should probably at least get a little extra snoozes and get some extra sleep in just for a little bit. Try to at least. I used to sleep at school all the fucking time. Like not while I was like, you know, not while I was in class, but like before I would enter class, I would like actually sleep for like a couple like for like 30 minutes to an hour. And then there would be like some jackass fucking principal or like some teacher that's like hey, wake up, you gotta, it's like, hey, wake up, you got like you can't be sleeping in the hallway. I'm like, bro, there's no one there's no one here. Two, it's like, one, there's no one here. Two, like, fucking, for Christ's sake, like, I'm not in class at the moment. It's like sleeping is completely fucking fine. Go fuck yourself. Sorry, wow, I was projecting myself a little bit, sorry. My bad. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's just kind of crazy. I don't know. I think that was always a crazy thing where it was like, where they would force you to like stay awake like while you weren't in class or while class hasn't started yet, you know?
She's really nice.
She's really nice. Who's nice? Who's nice? Let's see. Sleep during breakfast, then fell asleep in band, aka first period. Ah, yikes. That's good that she was nice enough to let you snooze. I mean, I don't know. Let's be honest. Like, it's like, unless you're doing like some crazy scientific, like, unless you're doing something like in science or like, I don't know, like basic things. Congrats, you're now hydrated, Zen. How do you feel? What was I saying? I'm gonna actually go get some water myself. I'll be right back. Oops. I just unplugged my my headphones. Hold on. Also, hold on. I'll ask you in a sec, Mossy, real quick. I have a question for you, Mossy.
I feel like I could kill God.
Okay. Sorry. So random but good for you, I think. Okay. Um. All right. You have a good night, Jade. Appreciate you hopping on by for a bit. Also, Mussy, that's your OC next to mine, right? That's like this is your little dude right next to mine. I think so, right? At least I think. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I can't, for some odd reason, figure out how to get him not transparent. Like, I was trying to, like, figure out, because, like, I made color on the, like, top right-hand corner, the one that Infamous made. I'm listening to lo-fi. Nice. I don't have any music on right now. I probably should, at least, while we're doing this, but I have, I like food. Me too. How was work exactly? If you didn't work today, how was errands? And if you didn't do errands today, how was your day in general? I like food. Yeah. I forgot what I was saying. I was talking about something. Why is this about the Titanic? What the fuck? Wait, hold on. What? Why? Hold on. Dangerous cognitive bias. The fuck? Why is there like a cliff note that's like talking about that Titanic? The hell? May I say being transparent? Yeah. Yeah, just like me. Badoom ching. No, I'm kidding. Where is? Yeah, that's the thing is I'm trying to figure out how to do that. I'm trying to figure out like how to make it where it's not like over the top because like I went to like the
There's work to do. BRB.
All right, you have a good night, Zen. Appreciate you hopping on by. Yeah, because I have the one with my little dude on the top right-hand corner, and I was trying to see... Okay, I don't even know which one it is, though. Wait, which one is this one? Sorry, old man problems. Apologies. Which one is this one? It's not gonna tell me. Hello? You can't tell me how to fix this stupid thing? Or how to look... I'm trying to look at the settings and it won't let me change it. Here we go, filters, perfect. Okay. So he's got color... Oh, it's color key, not chroma key. Oh. I thought it was chroma key. Okay, so what I do instead is I gotta take the, how do you say it? Yeah, and also I like food. You haven't told me how your work day was, and if you didn't work, how was errands, and if you didn't do errands today, how was your day in general? Tell me about it. Tell me about your day. Okay, so it's color key, not chroma key. So if I do color key instead, then I go custom color and do this instead, it will work. Apparently. Ah! Aha! That's how that works. I'm hungry. I've only eaten a fortune cookie. You should probably get food then. Aha! So that's how you do it. Interesting. Huh. I am 25 and I've been doing this shit for 17 years and I did not know that. That's crazy. Wow. Look at that. Cool.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, welcome back, son. I think I like food left. Womp womp. Hold on. Hold on, let me go into his YouTube channel real quick. And just... Hold on one sec. Let's go into I like Food's YouTube channel. I think I like Food left. Hold on. Let's go into his channel real quickly. Go to channel. And let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. Of course he's a queso fan. And the theory of me always getting fucking queso fans continues, huh? hold on. Quick, everybody go to this video and comment. I love putting, like, talk about like how much you like advertisement. What advertisement? Also question, how do you like not show your screen on stream? Like if you're searching something and you don't want to stream viewers to see. I'm just getting into, there's on like well, there's a lot of tutorials on OBS you can look up. Like there's a little plus button that you hit on OBS and there'll be just like a bunch of options. I don't know if you have OBS or not, but if you have OBS, there's like so on the panel below, like on the left-hand side that's next to the scenes, on the right-hand side of those scenes.
Okay. And yes, I have OBS.
Yeah, on those scenes, hit the little plus button on the one that says sources, and there'll be window capture. That's the one that you want to use. For usually you don't want to share your full screen, so. Okay, hold on. All right, quick, everybody, happy affiliate anniversary. Is it my anniversary? I didn't even recognize. Who cares? I'm sorry. I don't really care about the affiliate thing. I appreciate it, but
Apparently.
yeah, I don't really care about that. Who cares? Anyway. Happy trying to monetize yourself. Happy, good job, idiot. Like I love how like Twitch is just like trying to remind me. It's like, good job, idiot. You enabled ads. Now you are forever stuck with whatever we choose.
Anyway, I should try to sleep, as rest is important after all.
Color being delusional? Why the hell is that? Is there a clip? Okay, quick. Everybody go to this YouTube video and type your favorite thing about what do I call it? Type your favorite thing about like what do you call it? Type your favorite thing about chips, right? Like tortilla chips, and like talk about like cheese and tortilla chips. It has to involve that, right? Like with me, I'm gonna be like, I love putting tortilla chips in queso. And like it, you know, make it really goofy. Try to like come up with like a pun or something. Love pudding
WTF color.
by tortilla chips in queso. I'm so good. Like, yeah, we're talking about queso chips, guys. Come on. And we're talking about cheese, actual cheese. Come on, guys. What? Get your head out of the gutter. My God. Totally. Come on, guys. Get your head out of the gutter. Oh, it won't let me. Uh-oh. It won't let me say anything on YouTube chat. Hold on. I had to go to the YouTube chat as well. Sec, hold on. Let me pull up the YouTube chat and put it in YouTube chat too. We all gotta contribute here. Comment on this guy's stuff. I like food stuff. Anyway. Alright, I'm gonna do this, yes. What else does he have here? Sorry. Just gotta take a look. A musical? Let me see. What is musical? Hold on. My phone keeps falling. Okay, yeah, that sounds annoying. I'm a girl.
That's copyright.
Wit isn't. Please help me. Okay, alright. No idea what that is. Cool, great. Can't wait to get fucking demolished by Disney. Anyway. Said everyone all the time. Damn. Alright. Whatever. Blood money? What the fuck? Hold on. Oh, it's a game. Oh, it's a game. I thought it was like, I thought they fucking made like an animation. Okay. I was like, damn. Also, what the fuck? This is Roblox? This is Roblox? What the hell? How the fuck? How did someone do this? What the fuck? What the huh? This is Roblox? No. No, really? Wait, hold on. This isn't Roblox, right? Like, there's a little Roblox symbol, but I'm assuming this isn't Roblox, right?
But it's a copy of a Steam game.
It's a copy of a Steam game. Okay, so it is already a Steam game. Okay. I was about to say, I was like, there ain't no fucking way someone made this in Roblox. If they did, that's insanity. That's crazy if they did. Anyway, you know, enough me being an old man. Let's move back to what I was doing before. Sorry, I'm losing my mind. Alright. Alright. Alright.
Friday, the 17th of July, 1992. Amidst the chaos of the trading floor at Singapore's International Stock Exchange, one of the junior traders makes an expensive mistake.
Oh?
Instead of buying 20 futures contracts for a client, she sold them instead, costing Baring
Ooh. That fucking sucks. Ugh. Well, that sucks ass. Yikes. Well, there goes your whole company, I guess.
Baring's Bank nearly $40,000.
Oh my god. I'm like that doesn't sound like a lot in today's like society, like today's time where like corporations make like billions of dollars, but I like, believe me, like at this time, like it was like for probably the company that it was, because it was probably not like the corporate company that you're familiar with. It was probably just like it was just probably another smaller company that it cost that much, and at probably an old time, like probably in the 90s most likely.
To save her job, her boss, Nick Leeson, a young trader keen to make his mark, decides to hide the loss. He puts it in an obscure error account. That's account
Yikes.
88888. It's used by banks to solve small discrepancies in trades. It's a dangerous move, and it should have been picked up by the central office immediately, but when nobody from Baring
I mean, you know, human. Also, again, this is kind of the reason why a lot of companies and banks use robots now, because, like, unfortunately, just it's very easy to not detect that, or very easy to like what do you call it? It's very easy to not detect that kind of thing when there's so many documents, and probably people were like, it was probably late at night.
Baring's
So.
notices, he gains confidence, convinced he can win back the loss and get the team out of trouble.
Oof.
I'm operating in the belief that I can get it back.
Ooh.
You know, maybe it goes back to the confidence thing. I don't know. I mean, I'm
Yikes.
confident I can get it back at that stage.
But
Yikes.
Leeson's staggering overconfidence would create a debt of gargantuan proportions and lead to one of the biggest collapses.
Okay. Okay then. Jesus Christ. All right. I don't know what this thing is, but my god, does it sound like someone fucked up and fucked up hard. Good god. All right.
In banking history.
It's easy for me to make the
Someone else definitely got rich off of that shit too, for sure. Like someone got really fucking rich off of that kind of garbage for sure, dude. Like there ain't no way that someone didn't like just make a shitload of money off of this. Anyway, sorry.
case that overconfidence is the most dangerous of the human biases. Overconfidence gets us into all sorts of trouble. It leads us to take risks.
I don't think he was overconfident. I just think he was like, oh shit, I can't believe I did that. And it was more desperation than confidence, right? So, is this live or pre-recorded? Is what live or pre-recorded? This? What do you mean, Mossy?
LMAO.
What are you talking about? I don't know. Like, what? Nobody said anything. So I'm like, I don't know how the hell I was supposed to, like, you know, I don't know how the hell I was supposed to do it. Also, just quick little thing. Near the beginning of the stream, I said the thing is, and nobody called me out on it, so. So, haha, I got you guys. So, I'm not gonna add it to the counter now, but, you know, I'm not gonna add it to the counter because you guys didn't catch me. Anyway.
Maybe because I was in an ad.
Maybe because you were in an ad, probably. No, it wasn't when you guys were in an ad. You guys were well out of it. Oh yeah, someone sent a Twitch clip and I kind of just ignored it. I'm sorry. Who sent the Twitch clip? Are they still here? Also, I think you're the only one in here now, Mossy. Yeah, you're the only one in here. My god, why did everyone left? Why did everybody leave? Oh yeah, it's me, like, fucking just singing for no reason. Damn, that was fast as hell. Shit. It's probably because I'm not making the Rossi, that's why. And it's like a guitar solo where it's like I don't know. It's gotta be like a smooth guitar solo. It's gonna be like and then it's gotta make that like weird sound. It's like yeah, even Chicken Curry left. My goodness. And then it like, and the guy like, you know, wails a bit and he goes like, take me back to take me back to Crispy Town, take me back to home sweet town. And I'll be like, take me back to Crispy Town, and they'll be like, town of Crispy. It's the fucking cutoff. Anyway. It's crazy.
Okay, I commented on the Kassaw video.
Sweet. Anyway, I don't think it will really matter. I don't know. I just like commenting on people's small creator stuff, so, you know. Anyway.
Make commitments, enter contests, try things that will ultimately fail, sometimes in costly, embarrassing, and dangerous ways.
Overconfidence has been implicated in almost every big disaster, from the sinking of the Titanic to the Chernobyl nuclear disaster to the loss of the Space Shuttle Challenger. But overconfidence isn't reserved for just a few reckless individuals. We can all fall victim to it. For example, 93% of us think we are better drivers than the median, which is, of course, impossible.
Yeah. I'm a better driver because I don't drive. Ba-doom-ching. Yeah, public transit all the way, baby.
Possible.
Anyway.
The scale of the problem was identified in some now classic research with a set of simple quiz questions.
True or false, Australia is wider than the moon?
Oh! Australia is wider than the moon. Yes? Actually, I don't know. Like, in what kind of way? Like, in depth? Or in like, in width? Like, I'm actually kind of curious, because, like, just all around, essentially? Because that's, like, a general thing.
I bet they're about the same size.
It looks small on a map, but it's huge.
Are there more or less stars in the Milky Way than trees on Earth?
More stars. More stars.
1 teaspoon.
More stars in the Milky Way other than what?
Her job, her boss, Nick Leese.
It goes back. And
Over contests, try things that will ultimately fail, sometimes
Wait, hold
It's
on.
easy for me to make the case that overconfidence, take risks,
Overconfident.
make commitments, enter contests,
Sorry.
try things that will ultimately fail, sometimes in costly, embarrassing, and dangerous ways.
Overconfidence has been implicated in almost
hold on.
every big disaster.
What was
From
that
the
last
sinking
one,
of the
ultimate gay
Titanic
test?
to the Chernobyl nuclear disaster to the loss of the Space Shuttle Challenger. But overconfidence isn't reserved.
Also, I guess that's where the Titanic thing came from. Because, like, there's a little extra cliff note on, the, like, below it. That's, like... There's, like, an extra cliff note below it that's, like, how do I say it? It's like, oh, yeah, it's like, here's information about the Titanic. Like, I guess apparently it thought it was, like, a conspiracy video, so it, like, it tried to make sure it was giving factual information about it, which is really funny to think about.
Reserved for just a few reckless individuals. We can all fall victim to it. For example, 93% of us think we are better drivers than the median, which is, of course, impossible.
I thought you said Death Note for a
was
second.
identified in some now classic research with a set of simple quiz questions.
True or false, Australia is wider than the moon?
Oh, I bet they're about the same size.
It's just, it looks small on a map, but it's huge.
Are there more or less stars in the Milky Way than trees on Earth?
More or less stars in the Milky Way than there are trees on Earth. More or less stars. I would say, yeah, just based off of, like, the vastness of space, there's probably more stars, right? That's a good question. Because there's, I mean, this was probably asked back in, like, 2016, because it depends on what time you were saying this as well. I'm gonna assume when this was asked was, like, 2016 or, like, 2018, probably. Like, I'm trying to think, because the amount of trees on the planet Earth go down every year. Hold on. How many trees on Earth each year? Let's start with like 2000 and go all the way until 2024. Let's see. I bet like it's like 3 trillion trees. I mean, it's really interesting because like I think because the amount of trees always goes down every year, right? And I'm assuming I'm assuming back then, if this was like in 2016, it could, like, that answer could easily change. No problem, right? Okay. So wait, what? Okay, so let's see. Oh my god, 3.04 trillion trees. Okay, hold on. Let me go from 2000. Trees on Earth in 2000.
Help out, I actually get it.
And yeah, you were pretty close. Hold on. But apparently it's gone down. So I knew that it gone down. Okay. Yeah, in 2016 it was 3.04 trillion. And in modern day it is 3 trillion. Okay. I guess it's gone down a lot more than I thought. Hold on. The study also found that the number of trees has declined about 46%. Okay, so yeah, so ever since that time, yeah, okay, so it's declined a lot. Yeah, because obviously they're like fucking forests like burn a lot now, so. Oh, never mind. Right. I forgot they got rid of the environmental program, so they actually don't know anymore. I completely forgot they got rid of the ones that were tracking the trees, because I completely forgot about that. Yeah, that makes sense. Yikes. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, so they literally don't allow tracking of it anymore since 2015. That's weird. Why? Hold on. I mean, it's probably because environmental reasons, but like, bro, like, I'm like, they're fucking trees. Like, company, okay. People don't believe me on, like, a lot of people may not believe this, but most of the time, like, companies don't want to get rid of trees because then if they don't replant the trees, then they don't have unlimited trees. Like, they don't have resources to continuously make more things.
The creator of Fortnite, not Roblox.
Hold on. Fun fact, the creator of Roblox bought 10 acres of land because other people are gonna buy it just to turn it into, like, buildings and shit. Isn't that called land development? Hold on. Creator of Roblox bought 10 acres of land because other people were gonna buy it just to turn it into, like, buildings and shit. That's called land development. Like, what exactly were they gonna do with it, exactly? Creator of Fortnite. Got it. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. What were they gonna do with the land anyway? I don't remember. Yeah, I mean, like, it really depends on what they were gonna do with it, right? Because if you're building, like, cities and shit, then I honestly don't see the problem in that. But, like, you know, I'm assuming it was, like, giant, like...
Elg, I feel sick.
Like, I feel it was probably, like, oil rigs and, like, fucking, like, giant corporations. Like, or corporations, sorry, giant like, very... like damaging factories or something, probably, which would make sense. You know, I don't know. I get it with like certain things, right? Because to be honest, a lot of the land is not very much used that much. So it's always such a small piece of each part of land, and usually, weirdly enough, when there's like big cities in these areas, usually a lot of times that can stop like equity firms from choking like you know, residents out of living somewhere, because if you choke them out to, like, you know, because it gives like people to move elsewhere as well, right? Like, it always gets people to move like in other cities that are just cheaper, which is why, like, the good news about the United States is technically if people move states, it's just it's always easier to, like, what I call it, it's kind of funny because, you know, equity firms can just like stretch themselves so thin that they can't reach all of the states, because if there's that much land development, then it's just not worth it to them sometimes. But, you know, that's I don't know, that's the interesting part. You know, it's the reason why Australia kind of isn't doing well with their, even though Australia's economy is doing a lot better, their real estate is still bad, because also, Color, you were live yesterday. Sorry, I'm saying it like 30 minutes late. No, I wasn't. I wasn't live yesterday. What are you talking about? Hold on. I wasn't live yesterday. Was I? What the fuck? Hold on. Someone made...
Yeah, you were, LOL.
Sorry, hold on. Hey, listen. What the fuck? What the hell? Oh. Oh. Huh. This is what happens when my algorithm is destroyed by Nyan Cat. At least I'm free from Megalovania. This is so fucking weird. Anyway, oh, I was live yesterday. Weird. This is so... This is weird. Why is this so good? This is so good. What the fuck? Wait, there's two of them. Wait, why is there two of them? What's this one? Hold on. There's two of them uploaded. Oh, wait, this is a different one. Ooh, that one's not as good. Ooh, that one's not as good. Ooh, that one's not as good. Yikes. What the fuck?
Also, I've been pronouncing Nyan Cat wrong my whole life. It's not like Cyan with an N, it's apparently like Nyan Cat.
What the hell is this guy's fucking profile? Like, this dude's videos are insane. Bowser Inside Story Propaganda Edition. What the hell is that? What is this guy's channel? Lazy Town Game Boy version? What is this? Slider Best Blessed version? Finale Hard Mode? I don't know. It's just like it's a meme channel. It's a meme channel, but it's like the music one, kind of like where somebody, where somebody takes like one specific thing and then they just do a bunch of shitposty things with it. Fatality, but a different. Oh no, is this Mortal Kombat? Hold on, wait. Oh no. No, I thought he was gonna take fucking the FNF song and make it like Mortal Kombat. That would've been really fucking funny. What the hell is this channel? This is crazy. Tetris 99. What? Tetris 999999. Oh. Okay. It's such a wild channel. Music channels are so weird. Wait, what's that AI Kids YouTube channel called again? Like KTS Billy? Oh yeah, it's Billy. But not Analog Horror. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Oh yeah, the BMO or something like that. BMO. Because they stole the original BMO name from fucking Adventure Time. Yeah. Here, I have a better BMO for you. Like, for anybody that, like, rather than every time you think about BMO, instead, think of BMO from Adventure Time. Hold on. Adventure Time. There we go. Yeah. Think of, hold on. Every time you think of BMO, just think of the BMO from Adventure Time. This BMO. Hold on. This. God damn it. This BMO. This one. This guy is much better. This is a better BMO. All right. This time, like, because I'd rather not think of. I do think of that BMO. Yeah, BMO. Yeah, BMO. Yeah, I do think of that BMO. Good. Because I think of that BMO. I'm like, when I heard BMO, I was like, no, that's not BMO. This is BMO. BMO is a little Game Boy creature, sentient creature, that is a part of, like, a really fucking weird, whack, like, kind of fucked up world. A very fucked up fantasy land. Like, a very dark fantasy land, apparently. Like, yeah, very dark, fucked up fantasy land. I almost thought it said it was 12:37. I was like, what the fuck? Did I already finish? No, I didn't. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, sorry. I just had to, because that was nuts. All right, it's just, I don't know. I'd rather just not think of that BMO, so.
More stars.
1 teaspoon of pure olive oil, about 4.5 grams, contains more chemical potential energy than an equivalent 4.5 gram amount of TNT.
I'm gonna
TNT? What the hell's TNT? Oh, TNT. I'm sorry. I like, because these people usually talk about science a lot. I thought they meant T and then like an ampersand sign, and T like as in
TNT.
Yeah, not as in a. Sorry, I thought they meant like a chemical. Sorry about that. I'm an idiot. I apologize. Okay. Yeah. Probably. Let's be honest. That would make sense. Even though probably all this is gonna be nonsense. It's gonna be like, well, actually, see, only half of these were right. Or some shit like that. Or like none of them were right.
Oh no. This feels kind of like a trick question.
The energy density of butter is 10 times that of lithium batteries, right?
What the fuck? Really? I mean, that makes sense. Jesus Christ, how? It's always kind of crazy because it's like, you know that it, like, when you find out these facts, there's always like a follow-up question of fucking how. How does that happen? How can you do that? That's just crazy.
I mean, lithium batteries are rubbish. Everyone's going on about them. Just run your car on butter, I say.
True or false? Plants are more efficient than the average solar
Probably could run your car on butter if it was made of the right ingredients, but it's not.
panel at absorbing the sun's energy.
Yeah, they must be. Now,
Wait, sorry,
these
what?
aren't-
Just run your car on butter, I say.
True or false? Plants are more efficient than the average solar panel at absorbing the sun's energy.
Yeah.
Plants are more efficient at absorbing absorbing energy than a solar panel. No, that's wrong.
I believe that.
Yeah, but that's wrong. A plant wastes about like a good like 80% of the sun's energy. A solar panel is like absorbs a lot of fucking UV rays and like energy. It absorbs 100% of it, and it puts it into like a lithium battery, or not a lithium battery, but a specific battery, right? Like a battery storage, and it holds all the power, and then, you know, and then once it's ready, will go to like the people, right? Fuck, I learned that in school last year and I forgot. Yeah, solar panels have way more energy than hold a lot more energy than a plant. A plant is not very efficient. That's kind of why like bananas are really hard to maintain, because they're not very good at surviving certain things. You know, and it's the reason why the actual plant, like the root itself, has to be put into the ground rather than, you know, it has come from another root, or like rather than the banana itself, unlike apples, right? So wait, no, that was 2 years ago, damn. Yeah. Well, like, it's hard to really think about that stuff unless you're like thinking about it all the time. The only reason why I know this is because I live in a state that has a lot of that has a lot of solar panels, and they constantly remind you of like a lot of its efficiencies, right? We have a thing called the Salt River Project, which is
watching.
What are we watching? Apparently dangers of overconfidence, I guess, apparently. In my state, we use windmills. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, solar panels in Arizona are a good thing. And it's not just them absorbing the energy. What happens is they take all that energy and they put them in storage batteries that store all of the energy and then send it to like homes and like businesses and shit, right? Like, I never struggle with too much overconfidence, I think. Well, it's saying the dangers of being overconfident. So it's like, if you're too confident, like, it's saying why that's so dangerous, because, you know, unfortunately, if you're too overconfident, then you don't make any progress, obviously. But they're gonna go into more of the science of why. I'm nuclear fusion all the way. Yeah, I mean, it's fine, right? Nuclear fusion is better than nuclear fission, right? The reason why a lot of people say that they don't like nuclear power is because nuclear fission is a little bit brings a lot of nuclear waste. But even on top of that, nuclear fission still like doesn't create that, like we could store so much waste and have it be fine, right? But, you know, unfortunately, nuclear fission is a lot safer and has a lot less waste. Yeah, but I mean, solar panels also have, like, you know, solar panels are also good depending on the place you live. Like here, solar panels are used a lot more because, not because of like, oh, it's good for the environment. It's just the fact that like it can absorb, so like the sun is beating down on everything all the time. So when it absorbs all that energy, it gets put in like these giant storage batteries that also charge overnight, and they stop and go constantly whenever, and they use the perfect amount of energy every
but it's not
time.
Enough, and it can't work all the time. And you also have to clean them.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, it is enough. Like, we're using it right now in our state, like on its own. It's been used. It is enough. But again, it's only for very specific places that it can be used, right? Like, it's only very specific cities and places that it could work, right? Solar panels is a horrible idea where I live. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's wind energy, there's water energy, there's solar panel energy, and then there's nuclear energy. There's nuclear energy, there's coal energy. Like, there's a ton of different versions of energy, right? Each place, like, is meant to use energy differently than other places. Here it is fine because sun is always constantly going, right? And it's a crazy like amount of UV that's being like, you know, shined down upon like Arizona, right? It's 120 degrees Fahrenheit most days out of the year, right? Like about like a good solid like 10 months out of the year, right? It's always going. So it is always and then there is storage batteries that store all of it, and it utilizes the energy perfectly where it turns it on and off exactly when it needs to, and where, you know, goes next to zero of like energy waste. And for energy waste, that's a huge important deal, right? That's an important fucking thing, because it's you know, that, you know, is just good, right? Again, it's like, yeah, it's extremely environmental, but two, it also just it also just ends up like it saves people a lot of money.
Adam.
Or not money. It saves a lot of people, like, one, it saves us a lot of money. Two, it saves us a lot more, like, how you say it, you know, two, it just works better here specifically. And, you know, I don't know, the energy's cleaner. The air's cleaner, gets cleaner, the you know, the system's cleaner. Like, it's way easier to obtain that type of energy here, right? Like, there's a bunch of factors to it, and it works here because it's meant for, like, this place is meant for that. But other states, not so much, right? Other states, it's like, you know, like, probably solar panels would suck, right? Because it's not like beating down on the sun all the time, right? Like, it's just, you know, it just doesn't really work that well. But we have a whole system and project and like years upon years of you know, taking time and effort and energy to figure out, like, okay, is it actually worth making this place full of solar panels? And the answer was, yeah, it's better than a lot of other processes, right? At least here it is, right? Other places, not so much, right? You know, just power out, because here's the thing, power outages used to be so, how do you say it? Power outages used to just happen all the time here, every day, like, or not every day, but it would happen like, maybe, I remember when I was a kid, it used to happen like maybe like, you know, every few solid months or so. It kept happening, and then for a while it just really went out, like, then it just happened really frequently, and it got extremely annoying when power would just go out like that, right? But then, like, what do you call it? But then this project came along, and now power outages don't really happen. They don't happen that often. And it's because, like, it doesn't even really ever happen. Like, I don't think I've ever been involved in a power outage except for maybe, like, one time out of, like, 6 or 7 years. It's not happened, and it's great, you know? It's just, like, it works here. That's the difference, right? It works here, but compared to other places, like I said, they can't do what we do.
Random, but
right?
last year my town had a bomb cyclone and our power was out for 2 days and a tree fell on our neighbor's house.
A bomb cyclone? What the fuck is a bomb cyclone? What the hell is that? I don't even know what that is. It's out for 2 days and a tree fell on our neighbor's house. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and that's also, you know, that's where this whole issue falls in, right? It's like, it's just, like, yeah, you have, like, cyclones, so it wouldn't work there, right? Things would get destroyed and it would cost too much, right? But here, it's like, yeah, it's worth it. Here, it's way more worth it to use it, you know? Compared, like, to a lot of other states, you know? I feel like Texas would kind of benefit from that, but they also have, like, snow and shit, so they have a lot of other issues. So it's like, you know, dude, Texas sucks. I'm sorry. Like, I keep learning more and more things about, like, how bad Texas is and how, like, every problem that, like, usually a lot of places have. Like, Texas just has all the problems, right? Like, so, like, one specific state or, like, city will have, like, a specific problem, right? And then they'll, like, reference Texas and be like, yeah, well, Texas also has this problem. It's like the states and like certain states and cities have like 1 or 2 problems, but like Texas has like 500 problems and they just don't do anything about it. And it is insanity. It's like, I don't get like why people like living there. Cars, that's why people like living there, because they like the car infrastructure. That's why. It's like they love their cars. And, like, I get the idea that's, like, yeah, sure, you can like cars, but, like, holy shit, dude. Like, at least don't fuck up your infrastructure just because you like, you know, just because you like how, you know, you like driving your Ford F-150, you know. You can still drive your Ford F-150 and fucking, you know, let people fucking actually get to work every day and have, like, you know, good services and, like, affordable things. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, it's so, you know, it's good to be a good person about it, but, you know, or good to be a good person. It's a good to, like, you know, actually have community, and man, they do not like community. They like to act like they have community, but good lord, does Texas not have community? They don't have, like, downtown areas. They don't have people that talk to each other. They don't have people, I don't know, man. Like, earlier today at the fucking laundromat, I was, like, talking to somebody about, like, about fucking, funny enough, Demolition Man out of everything. And it's, like, it was nice. It was just nice to talk about it. It was just nice to just talk about something, like, while waiting for my laundry. I don't know. People talk... And, like, it's weird when you don't have community because... It's when you don't have community because you don't... You don't learn new things. Apparently, what do I call it? Apparently, with that, they ended up, like, the building that like, by the end of the movie that they were renting, they couldn't actually, like, how you say it, they couldn't actually, like, do anything with it. So, like, they were originally supposed to have a scene, like, at the end of the movie, like, or that same scene at the end of the movie, like they did at the beginning of the movie, but it was literally because they, like, ran out of budget, and near the end of the movie, they just had to add, like, a green screen effect of an explosion. And, oh boy, man. It is very, very funny that like they really did, like, you could just see them running out of budget slowly, and I don't know. Demolition Man's not, like, amazing, but it is definitely one of those, like, fun movies to watch. It's not good, but it is funny. It is very interesting to watch, like, you know, it's the same one that was made by that, like, space movie that was made by that one kid. So, yeah. I mean, that kid that's now like a 50-year-old man, but you know what I mean. So. Excuse me.
They must be. Now, these aren't the exact questions from the original research, more on those later, but the specifics don't really matter. The interesting bit is what they asked next. How confident are you that you are right?
100% confident.
100% confident?
100, yes.
I think it's
Why'd that guy make the jerk-off motion? What? That dude just made the jerk-off motion. Hold on.
That you are right.
100%.
Hold on. He's definitely... Yeah, dude is like jerking something off there. Like, why did he do that? Why did he go like... Why did he do that? What? I'm not crazy, right? Like that's like him jerking off. Anyway, sorry. What the hell? Why did he do that? All right. Anyway.
100% confident.
100% confident?
100, yes.
I think it's true. So I've also got to go 90%.
100%. 100%.
100%?
Yeah.
I don't think we actually had any expectations. This was very early on in the research on confidence assessment, but we didn't really know what we would find.
The results revealed a surprising disparity between how accurate someone thinks they are and how accurate they actually are. When people are 90% certain, they are right only 75% of the time.
Really? Really? When somebody's extremely that confident, wow, so about 20%, 25% of the time you could just be wrong. That's interesting. I did not recognize with overconfidence you could just be that. You could just... That's an interesting statistic. I don't know. That's a real thinker right there. I did not expect that. What an interesting
In fact, we
retrospective.
ran our own version of this online and found an even more extreme discrepancy. We asked the Veritasium community a bunch of science questions and then asked how confident they were in their answer. Our results showed that those who were the most confident, describing themselves as 91 to 100% sure, were only correct 51% of the time. Since the original research...
Wow. Wow, that's crazy, bro. All right. Sorry, I'm sounding like the typical YouTuber. Sorry, I'm sounding like that regular fucking. Sorry, I'm sounding like that content creator that's like, whoa, that's crazy, bro. Whoa, no way. Whoa, that's insane. Oh my god. Sorry, I sound like Muscle Man now. Oh no, bro. Sorry. I don't know. Whoa, chat, whoa, did you hear that? Only 51% of the time, people were actually correct when 90% of the time, when they had a 90% confidence rate. That is actually crazy and insane. Oh my god, I can't believe that actually happened. Okay, anyway, I'll shut the fuck up anyway. I don't know, that's cool though. It's a cool thing to think about. Anyway, enough me acting like a fucking YouTuber for a sec.
These results have been replicated again and again in all areas from general knowledge to motor skills. And it affects everyone, even experts.
I have a paper where we analyze the survey of professional forecasters. These are chief economists at various corporations and banks who are invited to forecast this.
Oh no, these are economists? Ooh boy. Uh-oh.
State of the economy on a quarterly basis. We find that they are on average too sure that they know what's going to happen. So they on average say they're something like 53% sure they have correctly predicted what's going to happen to inflation.
Oh my god, that's crazy. That's crazy, dude. Ooh boy, so they're a coin flip on how confident they can be most of the time on how like the economy will like where it will go. And then like even with that type of confidence, it's like and I'm assuming they're probably going to say that it's like, okay, despite the confidence that they have, it's not good to just think about it, like think about looking at it as fact, because they could end up being 20% correct. God damn it, fucking stupid fucking hate ads. Anyway. God, I really wish I was one of those channels that had no disruptions. I should have never gotten affiliate, but oh well, whatever. Anyway, yeah, that's nuts. That's fucking wild because so it'll probably be what, like 51. So if they're like slightly over a coin flip of being confidence, which is like 53%, right? Like I'm gonna say that they're probably only right about 20% of the time. These are economists, by the way, for the economy, which kind of worries me because I'm like, okay, cool. Now I'm gonna be skeptical of people that like, you know, keep track of the economy. Right? Thanks people. Thanks for making me skeptical of the guys that are supposed to, you know, that are usually like trying to calm everyone's nerves sometimes. That sucks because they're probably gonna go like 20% of the time correct instead of 50, which kind of fucking sucks because I rather them being correct like on a coin flip rather than them being not correct or being correct like, you know, barely any, like, or rarely ever being correct. My Animal Crossing villagers are be pushing me to the edge. Oh no, why did they do?
For instance, and they are right like 23% of the time.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I got that so right. What the fuck? Did I just not say that it was 23% of the time? That's wild how on the nose I was about that. Wow. Basic math. That's amazing. Speaking of confidence, holy shit, goddamn, I'm a genius. Anyway, I'm not a genius. That's hugely false, but my god, I am so proud that I got that.
Well, what you think you know matches with what you actually know is called your calibration. So if you're perfectly calibrated and say 80% confident, you should be right 80% of the time. But most of us are...
Yeah, that's not how that works. I wish I could say that's how that works, but we are what we call humans. And unfortunately, we make a lot of mistakes. So it's like, it's very rare.
Basically just, hey, you know that thing worth 2,000 bells? I have this thing worth 500 bells, want to trade. And because I want my friendship to be good, I accept it.
Wait, hold on. You know, a thing that's worth 2,000 bells. Wow. You getting shorthanded. My god. That sucks. My god, they're scamming you for sure. That's so fucking funny. Even Animal Crossing, they're scamming you. That's hilarious. Hold on, sorry, one sec. Okay, good. Just have to do a little something real quick.
Not well calibrated.
100%.
100%?
Yeah.
There are 200 billion stars in the Milky Way, but there are 3 trillion trees on it.
200 billion stars in the Milky Way. That's kind of small. Wow. That's actually really spaced out. I did not expect when the vastness of the universe that it would be that, like, far apart. That kind of explains why people, like, that's kind of explains why scientists are a little worried about just, like, space and time itself, because, like, space is infinitely expanding, and considering it's so wow. Okay. This sounds like such a fucking stupid childlike thing to say, or uncle thing to say, but like, it's wild how much space is in between space. Call me weird for saying that, but that is actually nuts how much space is in between space. Because that's wow. I don't know. I did not expect that. I mean, we're all these like little tiny insignificant things in the vastness of space, but you would think space would be a lot more condensed, but I guess not. Apparently it's space is spaced out. Who knew? Maybe that's why they say give me some space, ba-doom-ching. That's wild. That actually makes a lot of sense, because when you take how do you say it? When you take like space into consideration, like a space bar, or like give me my space, you could literally say, give me like a vast amount of something. That's so weird. So weird. Space and space. Anyway, alright. I'm done. I'll stop.
100% confident?
100, yes.
False!
Why?
Most of the time, being over.
Sorry, hold on. That was such a good sound effect. Hold on. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to use that real quick. I'm sorry. That's too good of a sound bite. A moment.
100,
yes.
False!
Sorry, I'm gonna use that. I have to use that. That's too good. Hold on. I know I have Womp Womp there, but I'm gonna add it. I know people don't use the sound effects anymore, but I still want to add it anyway. And doot and doot. Alright, let's see here.
Confident?
100, yes.
False!
Okay, here it is. Right here. Hold on. Right here, maybe? There we go. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Then add that. I'm really hungry for some odd reason, but I'm also like... Alright. Hold on. Same. Yeah. I got about 30 minutes of stream, and then I'll probably eat, so... Hold on. Let's see here. Twitch sound alerts. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Oh, they're making me sign a, they're making me accept a privacy thing. Cool. Yeah, I'll sign my soul away. I guess you'll have my firstborn. Whatever the fuck you have. Wait, someone followed 11 hours ago. What? What the hell? Who followed me while I was offline? Who followed me while I was offline? That's crazy. Okay. What the fuck is this?
Start digging in your butt.
The fuck? What type of sound is that? That's so weird. Alright, anyway. Let's, alright, I'll keep Womp Womp, but I'm gonna add a new one. Can I add a new one? Let's see, sound and video. Yes. Yes, I can. It's a weird meme. Yeah, it sounds strange. And gross. But whatever. It's not like there's not been dumb shit before. How the fuck do I add this again? I forgot. Library? No, it's library. Oh, wait, no, yeah, my uploads. Yeah, create. Perfect. Boop. And then... So I don't want audio and video. Anyway, alright. I'll do Womp 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 as a third one. And meme. Angry, sad, scared, funny. There we go. Perfect. And a meme. Edit. And... Sorry, it's the fucking the one where he goes wah wah wah. I'm gonna use that as the GIF. Alright. Perfect. No, don't make it private. Ah, balls. Oh well. Whatever. It's fine. Damn. Whoops. Oh well. I guess that's just mine then. Whoopsie daisy. Oh well. Really wanted. I always usually make those pop, like, always make those things, like, over to the general public, but not this time. Man. Fuck, I hate when I do that. What is this?
Girl, we been.
Oh yeah, that's right. What is this? Okay, I'm sorry. So many things I have. Oh yeah, that's that one. Okay, sorry. What is this one? Oh yeah, that's right. Chocolate milk?
You make life sweeter, you can't.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. I'm sorry. I have so many weird sounds. I forgot about that. Weird. Alright. Alright, yeah, let's add this one. Okay, anyway. Add and close. Perfect. Bits 0. Let's make that all 0, baby. Hell yeah. What's this one? Why is this one 5 bits? Hold on. How annoying is this one? Let me see. Hold on. Wait, what? Why was that one used? Or why was that one 5 bits? No, let's make it 0. Hold on. It's this one. This one I get. This one I get is why it's 5 bits, because it's really fucking loud. Yeah, this one is just really fucking loud, so that makes sense why they would do that one. Spawn Zoran. Yes, Zoran's a little annoying, so that makes sense. This is if you actually wanted to actually give me a coffee. Like, yeah, because that's how much a coffee is usually worth. Okay, anyway. Alright. I hope I save that. Alright.
Most of the time, being overconfident isn't a huge issue.
Son of a... I did not mean to do that. God damn it. Hold on. Oh, fuck. Oh, balls. Hold on. To find it again. I have to go all the way back into the playlist again. There it is. Okay.
A huge issue. But for Nick Leeson, the stakes soon became very high. Leeson's plan to recover his team's loss was to bet that the Japanese stock market would go up.
God damn it, it went
so
too
he
far.
went long on the top 225 companies in Japan, the Nikkei 225. Most of the time, being overconfident isn't a huge issue. But for Nick Leeson, the stakes soon became very high. Leeson's plan to recover his team's loss was to bet that the Japanese stock market would go up. So he went long on the top 225 companies in Japan, the Nikkei 225.
A little too
Ever
late
since
on
the
that.
Japanese asset price bubble peaked 2 years previously, the Nikkei had been dropping from 38,000 to 16,000.
And he was confident the market would soon bottom out and start rising. But it continued to fall. Over the next few weeks, it dropped to a low of 14,000. And the whole time, Nick was betting the wrong way with ever bigger and riskier bets. He would double down, betting double his losses so the next win would bring him back above water. This strategy should work when the next win comes along, but the market collapse was unrelenting, and his losses ballooned from $40,000 to around $3 million. In spite of this, Leeson remained confident. And eventually his luck turned around. In the spring of 1993, the market rebounded up to 20,000, and by the summer, that account was back in credit.
Wow.
Leeson goes out to celebrate that weekend, drinking and dancing on...
Holy shit. What a save. That is some dumb luck right there. Yeah, guys, the stock market totally just isn't gambling. Anyway.
Tables, finally free of the hole he had dug himself into. But on Monday morning, he made another trading error on the futures market, a damaging loss that Leeson didn't want to admit, so he put the loss back into account 88888, confident that if he'd got out of the previous one, he could do it again. He began making risky trades to try to recover that initial loss, and as the losses mounted in the 5/8 account, it became harder and harder to make new trades to cover the last loss.
By the end of 1993, his losses exceeded $30 million.
Sorry, I'm eating like fucking crackers to keep me over. Sorry, I know I'm not supposed to say that on Twitch. Whoops. I mean, I'm eating Cheez-Its. There we go. I'm eating Cheez-Its, not the other thing, Twitch. Calm down. Oh, Lord. I'm sorry. I just, like, not you guys, just fucking Twitch, like, as in the fucking bot, because I know the bot will, like, will think that I'm saying the other thing. Which is so freaking stupid. I don't know. I feel like that's just such a stupid thing. So I need to move his head a little.
Leeson is obviously an extreme example, but this tendency to overestimate our abilities is something we all share. So the question is why?
The obvious explanation that a lot of people default to, that is, we want to feel good about ourselves and pretend like we're well informed, that we enjoy enormous satisfaction from being able to say, I know, or even better, I told you so. And so we pretend to ourselves and others.
Sorry, I got reminded of a really awesome video and had to go rewatch it.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah, the fucking people that have so much confidence that they want to always be right, but they... What do you call it? They always want to be right, but then when it comes to, like, something that they're wrong on, it's really hard for people to admit when they're wrong. I get that, but when you start becoming, like, a jackass and you start doing, like, terrible things, right? Like, it's like, by that point, you just gotta stop, you know? You just gotta stop acting like a fool. Because, like, but people don't do that because, again, like, that's just a human reaction to do, right? Sending in Discord so everyone can see it? Sure, why not? May as well. Yeah.
That we know when we don't. That is the motivated, egocentric version of an explanation for excessive faith in our own judgment.
Reichelt had faith in the idea, if nothing else.
But what if it's something more uncomfortable? Stupidity. Franz Reichelt was a tailor with no
fucking content creators in a nutshell. Ba-doom-ching. Anyway.
No formal scientific or engineering training, but he was obsessed with solving the problem of aviation safety.
He spent months designing a parachute suit, which repeatedly failed during testing. But he became convinced the issue was that he didn't have enough height for it to work.
So in February 1912, he...
Oh, yeah, this was the guy that leaped off of the Eiffel Tower and, like, broke his legs, and then, like... Yeah, the guy that, like, died so many fucking times. Yeah, or, like, not died. The dude that... And you know what's really funny? I don't think... So this was the guy that leaped off the Eiffel Tower, I think. I can't remember if he's the one that died or if it was the person after him that, like, that did the same exact thing, but that happened to work. And then, even though he fucking did it, like, this, apparently he did something else, and then he died from that instead, despite having the biggest luck ever, and it just fucking, it was so stupid. Anyway, but...
He took it to the Eiffel Tower, and rather than using a dummy to test it, he jumped himself. Tragic, but also really dumb.
Do you recognize this graph?
The like Dunning-Kruger graph.
Are you confident that this is the actual Dunning-Kruger graph?
Not at
Probably.
all. In fact, I think that this is not the Dunning-Kruger graph. I think that this is a bit of a communication trick.
I mean, if you think of Dunning-Kruger, you know, that is is how it looks.
This
but...
is what people call the Mount Stupid curve, which will pop up if you search for the Dunning-Kruger effect into Google Images.
As far as I understand it, it's an effect that says that when you know very little about it, your confidence is high. And as you know more about it, your confidence sinks until you become a master at it.
But I think that the actual result was like a little bit more fuzzy than this.
Oh,
It
for
was.
sure.
This graph doesn't actually show the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's just a meme that resonates with a lot of people, and it became conflated with the effect. In their original research...
Holy shit. Wait. Oh, yeah. Duh, culture. Yeah, probably culture made it, like, actually a real thing. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, because your confidence can just change. I didn't even think about that, because if you have enough of a culture shift, you can just change how things are, too. I didn't even think about that. I'm like, yeah, because if you have, like, a huge shift like that and people think one thing, you could easily get things to... You could easily, like, make your opinion fact. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, like, you could make your confident statement, like, actually exist. That's actually a good way of thinking about it. But that kind of also shows how dangerous it can be too. That's wild.
Dunning and Kruger tested people on tasks like grammar, logic, and humor, and then they asked participants to estimate how well they performed. That produced this curve. You can see that those who performed worse had the largest mismatch between their confidence and performance. They were the most overconfident. Those who performed the best were actually slightly underconfident. This suggests that overconfidence may be linked to how much we know. Those who know less think that they know more than they do. But to me, this effect looks a little like a statistical artifact, because while I was doing my PhD, I asked students some physics questions, and I also asked for their confidence in their...
Damn, bro, is a PhD? Holy shit, good for you. My god. Good for you, Mr. Intelligence. Good god, that is crazy. What the fuck are you doing YouTube for? Well, that's probably why he's doing YouTube, is because PhD, or like, because unfortunately probably medical practices kind of aren't as respected as they used to be, even though they should be the most paid people, not billionaires, but, you know, I digress.
Answers. And when I looked at the results, accuracy spanned the full range from nearly 0% to 100%. But confidence varied over a much narrower range. All the scores were roughly in the middle. This meant that poor performers were the most overconfident.
That's interesting. I mean, that would make sense. Like, the more confident you are in something, the less you're gonna actually do, like, the less you're gonna actually make it better, right? Like, you have to like at least criticize yourself a lot in order to get like the right thing, right? You have to be like, you can still be confident, but just don't be overly confident, because that's kind of what gets you to that. That's what kind of gets you to that level where you just kind of end up jerkish. And like, you know, it's like, even if you're right, you just kind of, even if you're right, you still just end up like being a person that people don't want to be around. Like, it doesn't matter how right you are sometimes, you just need to sometimes understand that even when people aren't right, it's okay to just not be a jackass, and understand that you'd rather have a friendship than have, you know, like correctness, right? Like, it's okay, like, as long as they ain't hurting people, I think that's fine, right? Like, even if they, like, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, if they ain't hurting people, then it's fine, right? Like, I think it's okay. But, like, I do get the idea of, like, that's never usually the reason why people are overconfident. People are overconfident, like, with something, and usually the people that are overly confident are the people that do end up hurting people the most, right? Like, they do end up hurting people the most because they'd rather just listen to feelings over facts, which, you know, is sometimes a good thing, but it does end up becoming a problem later. You know, not everybody's a machine, but, like, you gotta have feeling as well, right? You gotta have feeling, but you gotta have, like, empathy, not just anger, right? It's like, you could use feelings over facts, but just use the right feelings, not the wrong ones, you know, but...
And the highest performers were actually slightly underconfident. This is exactly what Dunning and Kruger found. So maybe overconfidence isn't entirely due to how much we know, but also because most of us express at least kind of middle of the road confidence. But there is another factor at play here, which is how much information our brains are capable of processing.
Monday, the 27th of January, 1986. It's 5:45 p.m. at the Kennedy Space Center in Cape Canaveral, and the engineers from Morton and Thiokol, who made the Challenger space
I know what this
rocket
one
boosters,
is.
make an emergency conference call. They've just seen the weather forecast, predicting temperatures overnight will plummet to 25 degrees Fahrenheit, far colder than any previous shuttle launch. They know the rubber O-rings that seal joints in the boosters become less flexible in the cold, but have just a few hours to gather data, create charts, and present their case. Over the next 6 hours, the engineers...
That's not necessarily like confidence, though. That's just them being like, oh shit, we have to do this. You know, that's like a crunch, like time crunch thing, and you just have to be like, you just have to be, what do I call it? You just have to just say fuck it sometimes. Yeah, I get it.
Present 13 charts with data on O-ring temperature, hot gas erosion, joint rotation, and more. But the
Yeah, but in this circumstance, that wouldn't really be
data
all that
is
correct.
scattered, incomplete, and not synthesized into a clear narrative.
Yeah.
They've never tested below 53 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's also fucking, I don't know, rocket science? Like, literal rocket science. I get, like, yeah, I mean, I don't, like, rocket science has not really been, like, an absolute most of the time. Like, it was not, like, especially at that time, was not an absolute. It's just, you gotta guess sometimes. Like, which fucking isn't good. But sometimes you gotta guess, and it's like that. I get why they did that. But, you know.
So NASA managers were
Especially
trying
in the
simultaneously
time
to
crunch, they
track
had to get it.
historical O-ring data, erosion patterns, joint dynamics, seal resiliency, pressure differentials, and more. No single chart told the whole story, so overwhelmed by seemingly contradictory data and confident that their rocket boosters were safe, Thiokol management overruled their own engineers and approved the launch. At 11:38 the next morning.
And that's when that, like, blew up or some shit, right?
73 seconds after launch.
Yep, there it goes.
All
Goodbye.
7 crew members were killed.
Yep.
Calibrating your certainty requires thinking of all the ways that you could be wrong. And that's hard for finite, fallible agents like us if it means considering everything that we don't know.
How many chunks of novel...
Yeah, it's gotta fucking also suck when that happens too. It's like you try to do something for, like, you know, for the greater good, and you just fucking die for it. It's like, man, that shit, like, but that's the thing, is people die for things that are for the greater good sometimes. It just sucks that that's the cost, is, like, in order to be someone that is doing stuff for the greater good, you have to be, like, considered you have to end up doing things that actually are, you know, you have to end up like, I mean, you know, like, good things come at a cost most of the time, and even though it shouldn't, but it does. And it's like, it's a lot of people that do good things end up dying, right? Like, I don't know why, I mean, I do know why, but, like, it's literally just because, like, they can't, it's because they just don't end up, it doesn't end up working out, and it fucking sucks when it doesn't. Because they really, like, these people usually have, like, bigger, better potential in the future, and it's just sometimes what happens.
Information you can hold in your head at one time is your short-term memory capacity.
In 2008, Hansen, Juslin, and Winman investigated how short-term memory capacity was linked to accuracy and overconfidence. Participants were asked to give ranges for factual questions like the length of a river or the population of a city.
People's ranges were consistently too narrow, which effectively meant they were being overconfident. And those who had worse short-term memory were more often wrong and more likely to be overconfident.
Oh yeah, you mean the ADHD folk? AKA me? That would make sense. That would make complete sense. I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Another study conducted by Conti in 2023 asked participants to keep sequences of letters in their mind while they judged their own performance. As the memory load increased, confidence estimates became less accurate, even for participants with higher working memory capacities. Together, these studies suggest that assessing your accuracy is a mentally taxing task. So overconfidence isn't necessarily about arrogance, it's your brain working at the limits of what it can track and hold. And because of this, your brain can start using shortcuts.
Psychologist Daniel Kahneman describes these mental shortcuts as heuristics that together create systemic errors called cognitive biases. One shortcut we use a lot is substituting hard questions with easier related ones. Researchers have tested this by asking students how happy they were in their life and how many dates they'd had in the last month. Unsurprisingly, these two questions did not correlate. There's a lot more to happiness than matches on Tinder, at least for most people. However, if you switch it around and ask about their dates first, suddenly the correlation jumps to 0.66. Working out how happy you are in your life is a they were in the errors called cognitive biases. One shortcut we use a lot,
yeah, cognitive bias is used a lot nowadays, of course,
is substituting hard questions with easier related ones. Researchers have tested this by asking students how happy they were in their life and how many dates they'd had in the last month. Unsurprisingly, these two questions did not correlate. There's a lot more to happiness than matches on Tinder.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
At least for most people. However, if you switch it around and ask about their dates first, suddenly the correlation jumps to 0.66.
Weird. So people just naturally did that on their own as well? That's kind of interesting. So it's based on, like, sometimes people will just bring up topics on their own without even having to do that. Wow. Huh. Just wow. That's crazy. That's absolutely nuts. Sorry. Just like trying to expand his face so he can, like, you know, so the nose can just like fucking go way over there.
Working out how happy you are in your life is a difficult question. You have to consider many things and balance them all out. So when you're primed with the information about your dating life, you're very likely to substitute that hard question, how happy am I in my life, with how many dates have I recently had?
Overconfidence from misprocessing information like this can be disastrous.
Oh yeah, that also as well, because of the fact that be here, be sneer, Coke, I don't know. Sprite. Anyway, how you doing, Neon Sheep? How was work? How was errands? And if you didn't do errands today, how was your day in general? Hoping it's well for you. I was originally going to stop stream up in about 10 minutes, but now that you're here, I'll have to extend it a little bit more. Unless you leave in 10 minutes, then that would be also fine.
So why are our brains wired this way? I mean, you might expect natural selection to have wiped out the confidently incorrect. But there is evidence.
Not when there's content creation around. Sadly, unfortunately, not when there's fucking content creators. Sorry, I don't know what the hell is, like, I know what my problem is with content creators. Like, you know, I have so much fucking trauma from those fuckers, but, like, Jesus Christ, I need to chill the fuck out and not relate everything to that. Be here on CRT? CRT? What is CRT? Hold on. CRT. What is CRT? Critical race theory. On critical race theory? Hold on, let me look at medicine. Maybe it's like medical. There we go. What's a CRT medical? Cardiac resynchronization therapy. Ooh, it's for heart failure? Ooh. Oh no. Oh god. Oh jeez. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Holy shit. Oh man, I am sorry to hear that.
That overconfidence can actually be advantageous. Overconfidence can massively improve your status.
In a scientific version of The Apprentice, scientists in 2012 compared participants' own assessments of their skill with objective measures. They placed them in group tasks to see who was chosen as a leader and whose ideas influenced the group, tracking status over multiple sessions and assessing whether the desire for status led participants to exaggerate their abilities.
The results were clear. Overconfident individuals were more likely to lead, assert themselves, and maintain influence, even when they're
Ugh. Yeah, fucking politics. Yep. That's why they're so good at it, because they're just basically giant fucking influencers. Like, we need to stop making fucking, like, celebrities goddamn fucking politicians. I know I say this every time, but Jesus Christ, man. It's like, I know this is the most obvious thing ever for everybody, but jeez Louise, they do not act like it.
Their actual abilities were mid, and the evidence certainly shows people react better to confident individuals. Using an fMRI, researchers at the University of Sussex measured brain activity of people after...
Oh, the money? Yeah. Yeah, I know. They just don't. Like I said, obviously it's just... It's always people are greedy. Like, cause let's be honest here. Like, I'm gonna be... Like, you know, I'm gonna be 100% with everybody, and everybody is probably going to agree with me on this. You have to, like, basically, you are volunteering yourself up to be, like, to be a person that has to somehow keep humanity alive in whatever aspect, like, in whatever your responsibility is. Right? And I'm like, that's a huge, like, that sounds simple, right? But it's like, that's a huge fucking responsibility, because that means that you get approached all the time by, like, all different types of, like, yeah, like, with small roles to big roles, you just end up, like, you know, you just don't end up doing, like, how do you say it? Most people probably wouldn't even do that well, honestly. Like, I don't know. It's one of the reasons why a lot of people still are just like, you know, when people want them to be politicians, and when they want them to you know, they're smart enough to actually change things. Usually those people don't want to actually do it, like, don't actually want to do it for humanity, because, like, one, everybody hates politicians, no matter what. Everybody hates politicians, but two, like, what do I call it? Even if they don't hate you, you have to, like, take all of humanity and be like, okay, yep, like, you have to figure out, like, okay, this is the population I'm dealing with, and I have to somehow keep all these people alive and not trying to kill each other, and have to, like, prevent people from, you know, and also keep these people healthy, keep these people happy, healthy, and, like, and, you know, make sure we don't get destroyed, you know. And that only increases each role, like, the higher the role is, right? Like, that only just increases more and more and more. And that just seems like that just fucking has to suck. Because I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't think I could be, like, a fucking politician. Like, it's just a lot, and the reason why we have so many, like, stupid people, like, as politicians and stupid followers is because of the fact that, like, nobody else wants to do it, right? Like, I would love to try to see, like, any of these guys that, like, bitch about political garbage on whatever side. I would love to see them actually try to be, like, a politician. Because it's like, I guarantee these guys would sell out so fucking fast. Because it's like, it's just a lot of times people try to make it sound like an easy job. It's not an easy job, but it also is, like, you know, it also, like, you know, should be a thing where, you know, you don't, where you don't, like, you know, you also shouldn't be just fucking letting humanity get killed either. It's like, because that money doesn't really matter, like, if you end up accidentally ending humanity, right? Like, you lose all your power anyway. And that's pretty screwed up. Whoops, I accidentally gave Shaggy blackface. Oopsie daisy. Promise I did not do that on purpose. I did not mean to make a black Shaggy. Anyway.
Hearing unconfident versus confident advice. Those who listened to the confident advice had increased activity in the ventromedial prefrontal cortex. That's a brain region associated with processing rewards and expected satisfaction. This means that human brains are biologically tuned to be influenced by confident individuals.
Oh, you said the word influencer. Oh no, influencers her. Anyway, sorry. Anyway.
We literally feel better when we hear confident people.
But recognizing that dynamic highlights a potentially problematic incentive for anyone who's contending for positions that they want. People who express more confidence in
old TV CRT. Oh, that CRT. Oh, you put me on a CRT?
Employment interviews or political campaigns, for instance,
You're
You're
definitely more than a minute behind Neon Sheep because I'm getting your messages really late.
Confidence of interviewers and potential voters, even if they're being overconfident. They can't actually deliver. They don't actually know the answer, but they can talk a good line to impress others, even if they can't ultimately deliver on those grand assertions. They know the audience will place more faith in them if they express confidence. Well, they should express maximal confidence.
Leeson knew this and he took advantage of it. While he was secretly racking up huge losses in the infamous 5/8 account, he was publicly posting huge profits, and everyone believed the illusion.
They come in and they don't test any records. So I can't be happy.
Yeah, companies don't do that anymore, so... Yep, companies definitely don't do that shit anymore. They used to, but man. Wouldn't it be nice if just one guy could just tank an entire giant corporation? That would be great.
Yeah. They didn't test one record.
As Leeson's hidden losses mounted, he requested huge sums from head office to keep doubling down, up to $5 million at a time. Baring's management, barely understanding futures and believing in their star trader, they granted his requests and continued to grant future requests.
Every day that I make one of these requests for additional money, I never expect it to come. I expect somebody to say, look, Nick, what the hell's going on?
By autumn 1994,
yeah, which is just crazy because I'm like, dude should have just cut his losses and been like, whatever, I'm getting fired. Like, he should have just cut his losses and said he was getting fired, but, you know, but he didn't.
The account was nearly $260 million in the red. To mask this, Leeson began buying futures from himself, inflating his perceived profits further. At Cymex's 10th anniversary in September, Barings received 2 awards, largely credited to Leeson.
Wow. That's crazy. Okay.
December, he was flown to New York, seemingly responsible for $44 million in Barings turnover that year. Some traders raised doubts that these kinds of profits could be made from the low-risk trading he was supposed to be doing, but management's faith in Leeson's talent was unshakable, and they dismissed these concerns.
Yeah, which is rare because, which is rare because giant corporate companies usually don't do that shit. But, hey,
nice. Baring's overconfidence in Leeson and Leeson's overconfidence in himself would be the bank's downfall.
The figures are so big it seems like the ultimate confidence trick. But there's a partial explanation for the delusion on both sides. Leeson's and Baring's overconfidence was amplified by the complexity and unpredictability of the market and the trades he was making. It's sort of an issue of feedback.
I'm falling asleep now, god damn it.
In a controlled environment where there are clear rules and guaranteed outcomes, like in a chess match, there is clear feedback on whether decisions are good or bad. With reliable feedback, professional chess players are able to learn to make better decisions with more accurate confidence.
Yes.
But in a noisy environment where there is rarely consistent or timely consequences for predictions, this feedback is unreliable.
Whether our confidence is accurate or misplaced is increasingly hard to judge, even amongst experts. It's especially problematic for political pundits.
Yes. Yes. Oh my god, yes. Jesus Christ. Yes, man. God. Politics. Yeah, of course it, Yep, I did
going
bring
to
that
be
up
a
earlier.
landslide. I think Romney's going to win by quite a bit.
So right now we have Hillary's about a 75 or an 80% favorite.
For example, prior to 2024, political analyst Alan Lichtman had accurately predicted the winner of 9 of the 10 previous U.S. presidential elections, using his 13 keys to the White House method.
Holy shit. God damn. Holy shit. That is a lot of accurate predictions. God damn. What a genius. Holy shit. Like that's not easy to just predict like that. Wow. What luck.
Using the same strategy in 2024, he predicted that
Kamala Harris will be a precedent-breaking president.
Look what happened. Is this crazy?
President breaking president. Yeah, well, he said he is a president. She was going to be a president breaking president, aka a completely different like president than a lot of other ones. That's the difference. I don't think that was going to be too entirely true, but he wasn't wrong. A lot of the policies that were going to kind of be put in were the same as, funny enough, our current one, but except like they were going to do like a slow burn instead. Yeah, these guys just fucking went head first into like these fucking leaders got way like head first into just going like, nah, fuck it. Let's just like go completely reckless, you know. I don't know. Let's just go completely reckless and just fucking destroy everything. It's like, I don't know, man. Like what they could at least give. What do you call it? The funny thing is, the one thing you could probably at least would have given like Kamala for, like at the time, was the fact that, you know, when you look at the plans, they were all similar, but like the funny thing is, she would have done it really like intelligently. I don't know how to explain it, but she had a lot of interesting ways of trying to, you know, make people like slowly like remove things, but like at the same time try to be like, oh man, oh this is horrible, don't worry, we'll get it next time. Oh man, oh look at this terrible thing, oh darn. Like maybe like she would have been a lot more intelligent with everything. Like, I mean, obviously there's going to be a side, like obviously we have the stupid fucking extremists that always go insane with like whatever, like
typing hard on remote
on whatever side like president gets elected. But like it would, I don't know, it's kind of like, I don't know, it would have been scary. I mean, this is also scary. This is way more scary, but like with this, it's like they just fucking put it on full-blown blast, like all fucking obviously like everything that benefits billionaires, and like, and you know, and literally ending the lives of people that even question our fucking leadership, which is just such a bad thing. Like that's such a dictatorship type thing. But I'm like, fucking apparently Kamala would have done something similar, but she would have done it in such an intelligent way that it wouldn't seem like fascism, and she would have done it in such a crazy way that would have been like, you know, when you look at all the plans, they were the exact same. It's just instead it would have been like, you know, she would have been able to like slowly try to like pick at things, but at the same time, like, you know, she would not be seen as the bad guy on her own side, like ever. Which is fucking smart. That's such a smart way of doing it. But here's the good news about it, though. At least the good news was, if she did end up winning, the good news was the fact that she would have been locked in political gridlock, so she wouldn't have been able to do anything. Which also was technically a good thing. Like, that's kind of the problem when you end up having, like, a person that's so over the fucking, overconfident that does the worst type of shit, like our current fucking leaders, that, like, give billionaires, like, shitloads of fucking, you know, ends up basically trying to kill humanity, but only give money to, like, make sure the bill, like, all for greed, right? You know? And it's, like, it's just crazy to me, the fact that he would, like, it's just crazy to me, like, I don't know. It's just funny because this guy just goes head first, like these guys go head first and everything, and I mean, they've been successful. Like, I don't know how to explain it. They've been successful with it, but it's because they've never, like, because unlike if somebody else won, he's not a political gridlock, you know. It would have been nice if he was, but that's just not going to happen, unfortunately. Like, it's always good when, like, somebody, like, really terrible gets put in gridlock. So, but, not this time. But
he attributed his miscalculation to the spread of disinformation that misled the electorate. This noisy environment made it difficult to discern key issues like the actual state of the economy.
Yeah, and this is kind of also the problem as well, is the fact that he could just, like, that they could just say as much BS, like unproven things as much as possible and just make up whatever they want. And then you just, you know, then people just believe them. That's the worst thing about it, is there are people that just believe them. This is coming from another fucking Republican, by the way. It's like, I just don't understand where the fuck, like, the bullshit, like, how the fuck, like, people can just believe, like, nothing with no evidence at all, and somebody just says something, and then people just believe them, right? Like, without any kind of evidence. And then, you know, like, that's just it. That's that's, like, what they do. And then they use that as, like, being like, oh, well, here's the reason. I'm like, but that's made up. Like, that's not real. It's like, where's your evidence? Where's, like, everything that you have here? And, like, this is kind of why a lot of times the noisiest people, this is why I say, like, even with, like, fucking content creation, the noisiest motherfuckers end up being the most popular, not the fucking, you know, not the actual intelligent people, right? Like, because we would actually have people, like, give a shit about, like, what like, with entertainment specifically, we would give a shit about what, like, entertainment is if the noisiest people, like, didn't just play a game like this is super, like, you know, to be able to try to, like, squeeze stupidity out of people. I don't know how to explain it. Like, manipulate stupid people, right? Like, they're just idiots. Like, I know that there's a lot of, like, I don't know, man. It's just, it's crazy to me because I'm like, the top 1% of fucking YouTubers are always like YouTubers and Twitch streamers and, like, you know, TikTok channels. They're manipulating the dumbest motherfuckers around. And, like, yeah, are they popular? Do they have a shitload of money? Yeah, of course they fucking do. But again, like, why do you want that? Like, the only reason why they want it is because of greed. Like, altogether, it just comes as greed. That's all it is. It's just greed. Like, it's like, why do these guys make millions of dollars? Because they manipulate stupid people. Like, these people want to be stupid. These people want to stay dumb. These people want to, like, they just want to stay, like idiot. They want to be idiots, right? And I get the idea. You don't want to think about, like, like, a million fucking problems all the time and just want, like, sometimes somebody to just, you know, say what you've been saying for a while. But, like, it's also good not to just, like, blatantly follow people just because of the, like, to blatantly just trust people for, like, you know, speaking from experience, it's not good to just trust people, like, out of nothing, right? I mean, every person should at least, like, have trust in people, like, eventually, but again, it's just, like, it sucks. It sucks a lot. This is coming from a dude that's been doing this for fucking 17 years and like worked for these same jackasses because they know how to manipulate people. I don't know how else to say it. And like I said, these guys have the balls to say that's like, oh, well, it's like not trying to create a parasocial relationship. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. Like, of course they're trying to create a parasocial relationship. They wouldn't have their audience if they didn't have one of those. If they didn't try to make that, you know? Like, I'm sorry to say it. It's like, if you were just like if you're just like a person that was there for just the entertainment and you were clear about, like, making sure that people wouldn't just, you know, wouldn't try to watch you because, like, you know, like they're your friend, then they probably you wouldn't have as big of an audience as you do now, right? Like, I just it's just so much bullshit. And people fall for it. You know, like content creators used to just be seen as like people that like used to never be seen even as people, and people are like, whatever, nerd, you know, or used to just kind of be like, okay, what, like this person has fucking nothing to say. But now you got like a small following, oh man, or you got like some viewers or some subscribers or like anybody, all of a sudden they're like, oh wait, no, this guy has something to say. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like this person is what do you call it, happy anniversary working too. Fair enough, Neon Sheep. How what do I call it? Okay, you're working at, that's fine if you're working, that's okay. Like, you know, that's, you're busy, I get it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't get what, like, I've been trying for so long. Like, I know why people are greedy, right? I know why they're greedy. And it just, like, it's so funny because people act like I'm foolish for not being greedy. And I'm like, I get it, I'm an American, but that doesn't mean that I have to be, doesn't mean I have to take the greed stash, you know? Because Americans, on average, are just greedy, right? They just are. But, like, this is, like, but obviously we've infected more than just our own country in greed. It's like, I hate to say it, but we have, and it's very clear, like, you know, it's clear that people don't do anything, right? CRT plus Google TV is powerful. I can imagine. I'm very surprised you're watching me on a CRT TV, but, you know, that honestly, you know, is probably more appropriate for the kind of channel I have anyway. So, it probably makes...
I'm not LOL.
Oh, damn. Damn, that would have been awesome.
Similarly, the feedback Leeson had received was inconsistent. He was making some bad trades, but he had also won it all back before, and this significantly clouded his judgment, amplifying his overconfidence.
By 1995, Leeson's losses were in the hundreds of millions, and Barings had unwittingly sent him $1 billion. For a bank with around...
Oh boy. Well, and this is why they bail out banks, I guess. Because they make stupid investments like this.
$700 million in capital base, they were legally only allowed to lend around a quarter of that. But no one questioned it. They were all blinded by his apparent success. At this point, his positions were so big, he estimates that he was probably half of the entire Nikkei futures market. So all he could do was buy himself some time and hope that the market went his way. And for a while, it worked. The economy was stable, and he couldn't see anything on the horizon that would change this. But then...
The housing crisis probably happened, let me guess. Probably.
Disaster struck.
Japan is tonight in a state of mourning and of shock.
Oh, yeah, the earthquake. Yeah, the 9.0 earthquake that fucking slammed Japan. And a lot of people died. Oh, God. Was it 9.0? Hold on, wait. What was the most devastating earthquake that Japan had again? I forgot. Most devastating. Can't remember what it was. Yeah, where it demolished the power plants and like burned all of their victims alive. 1976, that's right. Oh wait, no, 2004. Never mind, 2004. Yes, okay. I do remember this. Indian Ocean earthquake causing a massive, Yep. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Well, let me make sure that I'm looking at this right. I'm watching you want to see your tea. I was referring to the working thing. Wait, what? What working thing? I'm watching you want to see your tea. I was referring to the working thing. Okay, yeah, 9.0, 9.1 earthquake in 2011. Okay. Yeah.
Damn voice text.
Jesus Christ, 18,000 deaths. God. Yeah, and most of that was from people dying from nuclear fallout, by the way. Yeah, they were dying from power plants. man, it just sucks. At least it's better than typing things out manually on the TV remote. That is completely fair. Yeah. Fucking sucks. Oh my god, what the hell? Okay, speaking of solar panels, holy shit, there is a lot of companies talking about I just like saw an article that's like Asia can't wait for how do you say Asia can't wait for let's see, where does it say? Asia can't wait for others to step it up as climate leaders. Yeah, Australia I think is gonna follow behind them. Which honestly makes sense. I don't know. I just am a little worried about moving to Australia because because they have a lot of restrictions on social media based things. Hold on. Let's see. Australia social. They have a lot of censoring when it comes to video games and social media. Hold on. Social media restrictions. Yeah. Oh. Okay, so they changed the ban to under 16. Okay, that's actually fine. I thought the ban was gonna be like 18-year-olds. Okay. But the United States, hold on. United States. That actually isn't the worst thing. Hold on, social media ban. They actually make sure, hold on. That actually makes more sense. Yeah, and this is all minors. Yeah, and then under 18. Yeah, I don't get the fucking bill that's banning people that are 18 and under, bro. Or under 18. I get okay, like I said, teenagers. I've said this multiple times. I think it is okay for teenagers to be on the internet because by that point they're already finding themselves and they're already a bit rebellious. So it's sometimes it's good to have somebody with a differing opinion, and sometimes it's good to there are tons of people that will try to change them in a better way. But I don't know. It's just a little annoying that how you say, it's a little annoying that the US is trying to make it 18 and and over, which is just yeah, you have to be 18 or over to be on social media. I don't understand why that's such a crazy thing. I don't know why they're so dedicated on that specifically. Oh, but the porn websites. Yeah, but this is social media we're talking about, not just porn websites. I get with porn websites, fine, yeah, restrict it to 18 plus for porn websites, but things that aren't porn websites, can we not fucking ban this shit, please? Can we not ban YouTube and only leave it for for people that are 18 and older? Because it would be a little nice if if we had teenagers be allowed to use it. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I'm bro, I don't know. I think it's okay for fucking teenagers to be on the internet. They're teenagers. That's how it's been for a long time. And now now they want to change it just because they can. I don't know. So I need to push this a bit farther. There. Perfect. There we go.
On the 17th of January 1995, the Great Hanshin earthquake struck Japan, 20 kilometers from the city of Kobe. With a magnitude of 6.9, it devastated the city, which was one of Japan's key ports. This devastation spread to the stock market. The Nikkei index plunged 1,055 points.
Leeson, attempting to double down again, risked even more money. He bet heavily that the Nikkei would make a rapid recovery, but it didn't. And in the end, in today's money, Leeson had lost $2.8 billion.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Anyway.
On the 23rd of February, Leeson went on the run. And 3 days later, Barings, one of the oldest and most trusted banks in the world, collapsed. Overconfidence was at least part.
Oh, I mean, at least you fleed away. Yeah, because, I mean, that company would have killed him. Like, let's be honest. They would have hired a hitman to kill him, and oh my god. I understand why he fled, but also, goddamn, man. Jesus Christ, tanking a whole fucking company, though. Imagine being that person that tanks a whole fucking company. Jesus Christ. Wild. Absolutely wild.
Partially to blame for its downfall.
Realizing the walls were closing in, Leeson fled to Malaysia and then Thailand, but his escape was short-lived. He was eventually arrested in Germany and extradited to face justice.
Ah. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, like, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I was about to say, alright, well, he tried.
Marking the end of a spectacularly destructive gamble. He was just 28 years old.
Now, we don't...
Oof, 28. And he probably spent a good significant time in jail because, my god, is that a lot of money lost. That is, money loitering, I think. Not loitering. Money, what is it called? Where you, like, it's like a fraud. I guess it's fraud. Yeah.
All bring down banks, but we are all vulnerable to overconfidence. In a complex world with unclear, noisy feedback where our brains are overwhelmed, a set of simplistic biases can take over. And we all too often end up thinking we know more than we do. So what can we actually do about this?
I try to get better at calibrating my confidence judgments by keeping track and keeping score. So when a colleague asks me, how long is it going to take you to get me comments on this paper draft we're working on? I don't promise I'll do it by Friday. I'm much more likely to say something like, I think there's a 60% chance I can get you comments by Friday.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, whatever. That just doesn't really, like, that doesn't instill confidence in other people, though. But I guess that's the point, you know.
They'll often react with a quizzical look or a laugh.
Well, practicing and being aware of our calibration is the obvious way to improve, but so is being intellectually humble.
I think that the best medicine for overconfidence is not so much information as feedback. And I get plenty of that.
Yeah.
Though I think people are right that sometimes I do have a little bit of overconfidence.
If we want to become more accurate, we should capitalize on the wisdom of the crowd by listening more to others. In particular, we should listen to people who disagree with us. Understanding the best arguments of your critics, understanding what information those who disagree with you have that you lack.
Yeah. And I do that all the fucking time. That's how you think critically, you know. It's like, I know, like I said, the two fucking people I talk about all the time, I don't just look on one side. I look at other people's perspectives sometimes and see what they're talking about. It's just a lot of these people, like a lot of people that I talk about, they don't have, like, the problem is a lot of people I talk about, they don't have any other perspective other than their own. And then when I talk about it, it's easy to dismantle. That's the problem. It doesn't have any foundation, and it's not really worth talking about it sometimes. Like, it's just easier to ignore them because they're just idiots. Like, I don't know. Obviously, you guys know who I'm talking about. It's, you know, I don't know. It's like, by people, like, the people that I talk about are the easiest targets. Let me say that. They're easy to go after because they're just dumb, and they're intentionally dumb. And I get that they, like, a lot of, like, sometimes they are intentionally, like, clickbaiting people, but then there's just moments where they do, like, dumb shit that they try to play like they made some genius move, when in reality they didn't. I don't know. It's like they act like it's like, oh, well, I was clickbaiting, bro. I was saying something terrible so people would like click on my channel. And I was like, all right, cool. So you're just an asshole then? You're just an asshat? Just to be an asshat? Oh yeah, duh. I'm like, okay, but what's the fucking point of that then? Like, you're just being a dick just because you want to be? like pushing something that you don't believe in, then like then how the fuck can anyone trust you? And that's the thing, is I get it, there's not really a reason for anyone to trust a content creator anyway, but like for the love of fuck, man, it's like sometimes it is okay to just be a person that actually gives people like actual input than just being entertainment, right? Like maybe I'm overthinking it, but you know, like obviously I'm overthinking it, but I just don't get why people just don't think that I don't get why people think that it's just like they're so genius for being, how do I say this? They're so genius for like for clickbaiting people, and they're so genius for like rage baiting people, because all you did was just piss people off. Oh, but it's fun. In what fucking way? Like, I don't know. I get it. I'm a troll, right? I get the point of like fucking with people sometimes. But you fuck with the people that like that clearly just want to argue, rather than fucking with the people that like that actually genuinely want to listen to a conversation and give actual input, right? Because I don't like the people that, you know, this is the kind of the reason, like when people just say like 2 words, or they like bring up some crazy fucking thing that just makes no fucking sense. It's like most of the time it's just like, if you're just rage baiting people to rage bait people, that's like a bad troll, right? That's not a good troll. Good trolls like fuck with people, but specifically the people that are jerks, right? Specifically the people that just try to be angry just to be angry, and like and just want to argue with people rather than just being a good person, right? Like there's like content creators do this shit all the time, where they like, you know, specific ones, like I said, the 2 that I always bring up all the time, they always like just rage bait the fuck out of people, and then they confidently act like they're just hot shit, when like in reality, if somebody were to fucking walk up to them and punch them in the face, they probably would fucking be scared as fuck. Like it's pretty, like your confidence goes down the moment that you like recognize that, you know, you're in hot water, right? Like, or the moment that like, you know, you recognize where you're at, right? It's like, I don't know, but even if they weren't in a physical like altercation, because they're probably never going to meet these people physically, why do you want to be the negative guy on the internet, right? Why do you want to be the person that's like the negative person all the time for people to be angry at like 24/7? Why do you want to do that? Like it's like for greed, I guess. But like by that point, like when is enough, right? When is it enough where it's like, oh, I've rage baited enough people where I'm now like rich as fuck, and then like, okay, cool, now you're rich as fuck, and now you'll just stop, right? Like, that's fine, you know, you'll be able to retire, that's it, you know, cool, you have a bunch of fucking money, you're retiring, and you just enjoy your life. No, you still rage bait people just to be a dipshit. Like, I just feel like an actual like a best troll would probably be somebody that maybe like the only way that could work, and people wouldn't just be like, what people just wouldn't see you as like the worst person ever, is the fact of like, okay, if you were a rage baiting person, right, and then later you just like completely took off the troll mask and went like, okay, cool, you took off the troll face for a second, went like, okay, it's like, all right, cool, I'm now just set up for life, and then basically you just start acting like a normal person. Like, that's the ultimate troll. That's the real fucking ultimate troll right there. You know, now that's some good shit right there. You know, but I don't think I would ever want to do that. But again, like, if you want to be a troll, at least do it right. Don't fucking like dox people and shit, because that's just awful. Like, that's just a terrible thing to do. You do that shit to people, then you're just a criminal. It's not a troll, that's a fucking criminal. And like, I don't think that like I said, that just doesn't work. Like you want to be completely, you know, I don't know. You don't hurt people, you know. You could fuck with people, but like just, you know, like don't go so far to the level where you're actually hurting people so badly that it affects people in the real world, right? Like, I don't know. It's like, just, like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, don't be that person that everybody rages at, right? Because, like, these guys rage people all the time, right? There's these people that just make, like, rage bait people all the time. And people are like, oh, well, it's their fault for falling for it. That's the problem. You don't even act like you're that like, you don't even act like a character. I mean, clearly they're putting up a character, but to a lot of people, they don't understand that they're putting up a fucking character. And it's just not obvious. So it's like, why in the like, why would anyone think that you're playing a character anyway? It's like, eventually, when does that character become actually you and you end up being the worst person? You know? I just don't understand why people think that just being a jerk just works. Do you get a ton of attention from it? Yeah, sure, but it's not good attention. It's like, it's just people that are angry at each other all the time and rage bait each other all the time and are toxic towards each other all the fucking time. I mean, I went to one of these guys' like Reddit. I'm not gonna say who. Well, I guess I'll say who because I was on. I posted a TikTok about it, but I was on Asmongold's Reddit, dude, and like they have this weird filter system that basically automatically removes any posts that don't have like more like have a shitload of likes or a shitload of like upvotes within like an hour, right? And that's just, I don't know, man. I mean, that's just a little much, right? And and even with ones that do, every time I found these posts where I had like genuine conversations with people that were giving a pretty good like middle of the ground perspective on a lot of things, like started this conversation, right? Like on these posts that I was like commenting on. And a lot of people were like actually finding a good middle ground to like for everyone to agree and having like a real conversation about it, right? And everybody was giving their perspectives and they were being respectful to each other. I don't know how to and I know that sounds crazy for his community, but they were being super respectful to each other. And that's like, and that was great. And then a moderator removed it. And then made sure that no comments could be like put on there. And it was a thing with fairly a lot of engagement. I just don't understand, like, and which makes me just recognize so many things that like this, like Asmon, like fucking Zach. I'm just gonna call him Zach because he's fucking, that's who he is. Zach like ends up being like so goddamn like out of the, like he ends up like wanting to like him and his team want to like, you know, his coworker, like his employees and shit, like they just want to like create like negativity 24/7, anger 24/7, like making people mad 24/7. And I'm like, I don't get what the fucking, like, I get the point is to make income, but, like, after that, like, why? Like, he's already made enough. So what's the point of, like, continuing to do this? Like, this dude has, like, a company already that he has, like, tons of stock in. I think it's Starforge, right? He has tons of stock in Starforge. So it's like, this dude gets, in like, so much money generated to him on the daily. And yet he wants to act like he's just, like, I don't know. He wants to act like he's just much like, I don't know. He wants to act like he doesn't, it's never enough for him. And I just don't get it. Like, when do you stop? When do you say, okay, I'm done? Like, I don't want to, like, it's like, I'm just tired of being negative all the time. Like, I mean, he's clearly, like, overly confident about everything, funny enough, which is this video that we were watching. Like, he just doesn't understand what being a person is sometimes. Like, I mean, I think he does. He just, I don't know. It's like, by a certain point, when do you just, like, not want the attention anymore? Like, when is it, like, when do you just want to do things for yourself? You know? It's like, because he doesn't seem like he actually does anything. Like, I mean, he does it for himself, but, like, for his ego, but I just don't think he actually does anything for himself. Like, just to calm down and be like, all right, yep, I'm like, yeah, I'm done, right? Like, to finally be like, okay, I'm done with being, you know, I'm done with being the guy that, like, everybody knows for being, like, a dipshit all the time, right? Or everybody knows for being, like, a political guy all the time, right? Like, it just ends up being the level where it just makes no fucking sense, you know? It's like, after a while, you just gotta recognize that sometimes you just gotta recognize that you just gotta chill the fuck out. I don't know, fucking, you know, Moist Critical learned that shit. I mean, dude's on a farm with his goddamn chickens now. He's on a farm with a bunch of fucking... He has his own fucking farm and shit. And was like, all right, I made enough. I'm done. But even then, it's like, even then, he's still like... I don't know what he does now, but, you know... It's like it seems like for a while he's been doing stuff for himself, right? It's like, at least Moist Critical just does shit for himself now. Does he make videos? Sure, but, like, it doesn't seem like he really... I don't know, like, I mean, let's look at his goddamn channel, right? Like, I mean, very recently, if you've noticed, he's just kind of started making things for himself, right? Like, he even had that other channel that was, like, a bunch of fun things, right? Like, I mean, okay, let's start from, when did he first get his farm? I actually don't know. Begging, judge reduced 78-year prison sentence. See, that's even a good, like, see, even, like, for vile rapist, okay, never mind. I thought he was, never mind, that's not a good thing. Well, I mean, it's a good thing that he's using his power to let people know about that. Yeah, like, that's also just a terrible, like, person, right? It's like, that's good to use your, like, your influence for something like that, right? Faking everything. I'm trying to think when, let me see. When did he get the farm exactly? Dispatch finale? Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot he had an anime. Would you make this response video? Okay, maybe he does still talk about drama. I think he gets baited by drama a lot, though. Okay. Yeah, making the hard choices. Weird. Fooled by this don't be fooled by this $20,000 robot. That one's okay. Unboxing AI advertisement items. Oh, geez. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's using stuff for something more positive. I don't know. Like, this doesn't make me rage, right? Like, this doesn't make me angry. This doesn't make me angry. This doesn't make me angry. Like, the paranormal thing obviously doesn't make me angry. Like, this is a movie review. Again, completely fine. Like, these just don't seem like rage bait. I don't know. It just seems like discussion. Like, I mean, the titles, even, like, again, I'm using De Arrow, so it like, you know, obviously, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm a little fucking skewed a little bit on this, but I'm like, I don't know, dude. This just feels different because it's like he's talking about just things that don't really matter. While this guy is talking about things that like actually matter, but the problem is it's like he doesn't have any input he can give on this stuff. He just listens to videos, video after video after video after video after tweet after tweet after tweet. It's like, it's just, it just makes no sense, right? Like, I don't get it, right? Like, I mean, it makes sense, but like, I just don't get it. Like, like after a while, you make enough money. Like just have fun. Like, for the love of God, just have fun. Stop, like, and none of this fucking, like, oh yeah, oh, I have fun fucking with people. I have fun, you know, making people angry all the time. No, you don't. No, you don't. I can tell what, like, how people feel when they have fun making people angry, right? Because I do that. I know, like, what that is like, right? It's like, I know what it is like, but I enjoy myself while doing it, right? It's like, don't fucking be that person that, like, intentionally just makes people mad just to make them mad. Because then it's like, what's your purpose, right? What's the point of doing it? And it's purposeless. I don't know. People have called this guy fucking rot. And he is. He's just a rot. He's nothing. You know? Like... And then, I don't know. Obviously, like, you know, I'm using the low-hanging fruit stuff here, but I don't know, like, what's the point, right? Maybe I'm just, you know, obviously, like, you know, I don't know, I'm not some dude that makes millions of dollars off of freaking, off of Twitch, you know, I don't make $1 million. Like, it's like, you know, I hope I never get it, right? I hope I never understand that, because, good lord, like, if I end up like that, I'm good, man. I'm good, you know? I'd rather just not be a part of something like, I'd rather not be, like, have this whole community of just bullshit the entire time. I don't know. If I'm gonna, like, have a lot of money, I'd rather be like Doug, or Moist Critical. Like, I'd rather, or hell, even PewDiePie. I mean, not really PewDiePie, because he's done a lot of, he's kind of jerkish himself, but that dude at least has fun with the amount of money that he has, and he at least just goes, fuck it, I don't want the attention. He never wanted the attention, so at least that's good, right? You know? Like, I don't know, fucking, maybe like Jacksepticeye or Markiplier. You know, Markiplier is just a fucking Chad, though. Like, I ain't ever getting that status. Sorry, boys. Like, I ain't ever gonna be that sexy or that fucking. I ain't gonna be that. Like, I ain't gonna be like. I mean, he's goofy as fuck, but like, I ain't ever gonna have like that type of like aesthetic about me. It's just there's no way I'm matching that ever. There ain't no way I'm matching his aesthetic. Like, that dude is downright, like a cool motherfucker. And, like, I mean, a silly dude. And he's just, you know, people like him more, right? It's like, people like him more because he doesn't just do jerkish things. He has a lot of opinions that I don't agree with, but again, that doesn't mean that I have to hate him for it either. Doesn't mean I have to be, like, extremely angry all the time. Right? I don't know. This is, like, I didn't understand why, because at the time, a lot of creators were trying to avoid, like, political things, and now I get why, right? It just kind of turns you into this mess of just anger and frustration and just bringing people down rather than trying to lift people up, because if you're gonna at least do it, like, at least try to help the people that you're actually trying to push toward, like, trying to, you know, help be a thing, rather than hurting people that, you know, that are doing something else. Because you're giving them attention anyway, right? You're giving them the attention they probably would have never had in the first place. And sure, while, like, thousands of others are trying to be, like, brought up on their circumstance of being, like, are trying to be brought up on the circumstance of being like, oh yeah, well, it's like, well, you know, well, you're trying to solidify other people's, you know, like, stance. You're also, you know, changing some people's minds by complete accident, by people going like, well, I don't know about that, right? You know, and they go farther and farther back until eventually they're like, okay, this is too much, right? I don't know. I was like that myself, right? Like, I used to, you know, be subscribed to a lot of people that used to, you know, I followed a lot, but then they just became terrible after a while. Like, I mean, I used to follow a lot of drama channels when I was 16. You know, I was a teenager, and like I used to do that shit all the time. But now I'm like, why would I want it? Why do I need to do that? I don't. You know, it's the reason why I just don't like drama. Maybe I do, but like, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I do in some ways, but like, I don't know. It's not like a thing I want to do. It's just a thing that I have a problem with. It's like an addiction sometimes when you just get to drama and then you gotta like pull yourself back out of it. I just don't like drama. I don't like drama. And I really don't want to be that person that has that kind of drama. You know, the person that creates that kind of drama. Ugh. I don't know. I don't want to be that guy. I know I've done it before, but like, I know I've literally made videos about drama, but like, holy shit, man. Like, why do I want, like, even, it's just crazy because even when you like try to be, like, play both sides, man, people just do not like when you try to play, you know, when you try to play even, you know, I don't know. People don't like when you try to go on both, like when you try to be center on something, you know. And then like most of the time I'm going to be, unless it's something that hurts people, you know. And I'm sorry, some dude posting on social media is slacktivism, right? Like that's what Asmongold and Nuxtaku and Nyera and fucking what was that other person? Fucking the other cat VTuber person, whatever the fuck they're called. What do I say? Who the fuck is it? I'm trying to remember their name. But yeah, that person. Those people, like, it's slacktivism. They're not doing anything. If they actually were doing something and actually were, like, you know, telling people to go to, like, specific events, then sure, yeah. Of course, if they were, like, taking their influence and being like, hey, guys, come to this event. I'm going to this event. Come here with, like, you know, let's go to this event and let's discuss certain things and try to figure out, like, let's try to get, like, our leaders to actually make this type of change to where we live. And sure, fine. Sure, fine. But you have to participate in this whole thing, right? You have to participate, otherwise it just makes no sense. You know. And it's like, otherwise you're just not... It just doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Anyway, alright. Alright. Let's end the stream. So I gotta go take a piss.